Hi, I'm Nick Baggott. This topic is Web 2.0 and the implications for the financial services sector. In this topic we're going to look at how user expectations and behaviours are changing and what brands need to do differently in order to react to those changes. First point I want to make is a bit of a health warning really. Whenever we're talking about digital marketing, everyone thinks the world is all different and new now, but in reality the fundamentals of marketing don't really change. You've probably seen already Jill Kelly's course on the fundamentals of marketing. And what I want to say is for digital marketing, we mustn't throw away the old marketing playbook. We must still use all of those fundamentals. I like to use the phrase, old rules with new tools. So all those fundamentals are the same, but now we've got some new channels, some new tactics, some new opportunities, some new user behaviours we need to think about. The web's evolved a lot over the years I've been working in the industry. When we first started, we had the first generation of the web, where we just took our brochures and we put them onto websites. We couldn't really interact with them, you couldn't do a great deal with those websites. Search engines were just like directories, they weren't very sophisticated. We're now in this world of Web 2.0, the second generation of the web. This is where people can interact and participate and share and comment and give their views. Search engines are much more sophisticated, we can find the content we want much quicker and faster, and there's lots more channels to do it. As we move forward to the third generation of the web. Most brands aren't there yet, but Web 3.0 is the semantic web, the personalised web, so that it starts to learn your individual needs and behaviours and target content based on your personal behaviours and needs and demands. So most brands, as I said, are at Web 2.0. Some brands, maybe not even there yet, but what I'm going to talk about now is what I think the implications of that are for brands. So there's really four key things I want to talk about here. The first one is the way in which we choose to manage our campaigns. So traditional marketing is about interruption, it's about pushing messages out to our consumers, our customers. What we're trying to do now is to get customers to pull the content from us when they're ready to buy or when they need the information. So we're trying to engage with them on an ongoing basis so that we become a destination site, we become a site that they look for in search, for example, or someone they follow on Twitter, which reminds them to come back to our site when they're ready to buy. So it's driven by the customer's needs and timings. The implication for that, I think, is that traditionally, the old-style websites, our old-style marketing, people just passively viewed them, they didn't really participate. We're looking now for consumers to participate, to share with other people, to give their comments, to give their views on things, which means that now brands aren't in control. So the third key point is who's in control of the message. The brand isn't in control anymore, the consumer is. We're looking for recommendations. If you're thinking about booking a hotel, for example, then traditionally you would have looked on the websites of the key hotel chains. Now we've got things like TripAdvisor to give us good advice on where we can find the right hotel for us, and we can look at real customer feedback. And then finally, I want to look at the way we just manage the overall campaigns. Traditional marketing is about quarterly cycles. I produce some content, I publish some ads, I send out some direct communications, and at the end of the quarter I sit back and say what worked, what didn't work, what can I improve for the next quarter. Well, digital marketing is much more agile than that. We don't have to wait till the end of the quarter. We can be smart, we can be agile, we can test and learn lots of different things as we go along. So as we start to see changes in individual consumers' behaviours, we can start to serve them content straight away. We can also test things actually live. If we don't know, for example, which word we should be advertising on Google search, we can actually try both, and within a couple of days we'll know which one's working. If we don't know whether that landing page or this landing page is going to give us the most response, we can serve each of them to half of the people. We'll soon get an idea of which one's working. So we can be much quicker, much faster, much more agile with our marketing. So I guess that's the four key points, but the net result of this, the thing I think you need to think about in terms of implications for your brand, is how can you deliver that? We have to be more open, we have to be more honest, we have to have content that's shareable, we have to have content where people can engage in a conversation. We need to make that content accessible in whatever channel, whether it's an iPhone or a smartphone, or whether it's on their PC, wherever they are in the world, it needs to be accessible. And there's a whole load of new communication channels which I'm going to introduce to you over the course of this series. So overall, we can increase the speed or the velocity of our execution of our programs and be more driven by customer behaviours.